Yeah, I'm a little upset because my First Amendment rights are getting trampled on right now.
That you're making life difficult for no reason, and that we're asking.
It's a camera.
Okay, well they don't want you.
I haven't even talked to anybody.
Exactly, which is what I was trying to tell you. For you to record, you need their permission, and they don't want.
That's
you
not. Do you?
I want to help you.
All right.
I'm good, man. I'll just get my own photograph.
He could say and walk across. I cannot stop him from walking across the street, or I cannot stop him, but he cannot.
We don't know who you are.
Well, we're gonna wait. You don't want to give us your last name or anything like that, Jeff?
I'd rather not if I'm not doing anything illegal.
A peaceful First Amendment audit at a post office turns into a tense standoff when officers threaten trespass for lawful filming on public property.
Okay.
Did you tell them?
I did. I did tell them.
You know.
I said
You know what, ma'am? What's your name?
Second Lieutenant Bennett.
Okay.
506. This young man is reporting, which he has the right to. No other car is needed.
Thank you. I was just going to tell you, since you did that, I'm on my way. I was getting ready to leave, and she came out. She said, "You can't do that. I'm going to call the police." I said, "Now, now I got to stay here." Because I don't want you guys thinking I was up to something.
Sir.
I just want a resolution. So
sir.
you did educate her though.
I told her. He has the right to. If it's open to the public,
Yeah.
he has the right to.
Yeah, and I wasn't
report.
antagonizing.
If he's harassing anybody,
Yeah, I would. I don't.
Then I can say something.
I don't do that.
If not, he has the right.
I'm sorry, ma'am. You can come on by. I apologize for that. Yes, ma'am. I'm going to be on my way, and I appreciate your professionalism and your courtesy.
You're
Okay.
welcome, sir. Have a good one.
You too. Have a wonderful day. Hi. Hope it's a false alarm.
How are you?
I'm fine. How are you doing?
Good. Somebody called because they were saying that you're out here recording.
Yeah, which I'm legally allowed to do, and they know that.
Okay. Well, what are you doing? Just recording?
Yeah, just record. Practicing my First Amendment rights to
Okay,
record.
that's fine. But I'm gonna go in there and talk to them, and if you do want to record, you'd have to step out there because technically this is your property. Okay.
This is public property.
This is their.
Yes,
Inside there.
which is a post office, which is public property. Seriously, you don't know that?
I mean, if they don't want you.
There's a poster right in there that says I'm allowed to be
Alright,
here.
well, I'm gonna ask them.
Wow. Did not expect that. Will they try to trespass me from a public post office for doing absolutely nothing? Stick around and find out. I must be really scary, guys. Have a good day, guys.
We're going to talk to you.
Oh, okay.
Go, when you record, you're going to have to be on the street, okay?
No.
Yeah.
This is a public space.
There's limitations.
No limitations. No. First off, you're on federal ground. This is federal property. So even if you did want to trespass me, you'd have to call the postal police. Yes. Yes.
So what we're going to do, we're going to fill out AOA forms. We are going to trespass from here today. Okay.
Let me go live real quick.
So you got your ID on you?
No, that's definitely not happening.
Okay, then it's gonna be one or two. Either you leave, or I'm gonna find a way to get you out of here. Because if you know your First Amendment rights, right?
Call a sergeant.
I will. I was
Right
just gonna
now.
Tell you the same thing.
Right now, call a
hold on,
sergeant.
I call them whenever I want. If you know, I understand that it's public, right? But
No, you don't.
Okay, well, if you do your side of your homework, you'd understand that there's certain restrictions. One of them.
Do you know how many thousands of videos of people out here in post office recording? All you got to do is do a quick YouTube search.
Hey, why don't you give him that website so that he informs himself? because he's telling me what I'm trying to, you know, convey to him. But since he doesn't want to listen, he can talk more than he can.
Yeah, I'm a little upset because my First Amendment rights are getting trampled on right now.
That you're making life difficult for no reason, and that we're asking.
It's a camera.
Okay, well they don't want you.
I haven't even talked to anybody.
Exactly, which is what I was trying to tell you. For you to record, you need their permission, and they don't want you.
That's not. Do you want me to show you poster 7 right now?
Hey, show him that thing that that they have on their website about all this.
You can show me. I will show you poster 7 right now. You guys, you're gonna get yourself into a lot of hot water here. Yeah, yeah. Okay, I tried to go live. It's not pulling up. So I'm just going to keep recording because this is too important. We have 2 Sheriff's Department, Shelby County Sheriff's Department people who have come out and told me that they're trespassing me from the post office, public property, for no reason. I haven't even talked to anybody. I was barely inside for a second. I mean, I'm just amazed that I told them, I was like, I can show you poster 7. You can look up thousands of videos, literally. And they said, well, you will be trespassed today, and tried to ID me. And I told them, I'm not going to be trespassed today. And you're going to get yourselves into a lot of trouble here. And the interaction that you see with the female officer is one of the most hilarious things I've ever seen in my life. It is literally one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life. I mean, the level of incompetence it's staggering. It's staggering. So if they don't know those rights, what other rights are they violating every day? I mean, it's just unbelievable. I'll get an apology before this is over. Look, here they are. Here they are right here. And then the dude asked me if I've been doing this around here for the past week. I told him I don't answer questions. None of his fucking business. Try to be polite with them, but now they're gonna bring out the they're gonna bring out the side they don't want to see.
What's going on, sir? How you doing, sir?
Hello.
What's your name?
Hey, good citizen.
What's your name?
Good citizen.
What's your legal name?
Good citizen.
Let me talk to you down here, sir.
Okay.
Sergeant Christian, all right?
Mm-hmm.
And we got called over here because you're making the people very uneasy here.
Camera? How? A camera?
We're standing outside the building, sir, filming people coming in and
It's a
going.
public place, right?
It's a public place, but we're the business, sir. Okay. And if the people that's doing business here don't feel safe,
I thought
here.
so. You're here to.
So what's your name?
You're here to protect laws, not feelings,
Sir,
right?
what's your name?
Good citizen. I'm legally okay to do
Do
this.
you have some ID?
No, sir.
You have no ID?
No, sir.
Okay. All right. Y'all have an AOA form?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Here, step over here for me.
What's an AOA for?
We'll explain it to you to come over here, okay?
No, I'm not coming anywhere.
No, sir, you can't stay here, okay? So either you can go home.
Okay, well, let me
Sir,
explain a couple of
No,
things.
I'm going to explain it to you, sir. You cannot stay here, okay?
Okay.
You cannot
What
stay
happens
here.
if I do stay here?
Okay. What's your name, sir?
What happens if I stay here?
Sir, what's your name?
I'm not giving you that.
Hey, by the way, if you know poster 7, then you know that under disturbances it says you're impeding their right to want to work because they're intimidated by you standing in front.
Despite clear legal rights, the officers doubled down on misinformation, proving that public accountability is more necessary than ever. An investigative journalist filming from a public sidewalk near a power plant is approached by authorities, questioned about his activities, and eventually detained for refusing to identify himself. Despite not committing any crime, officers insist on ID, citing suspicious behavior. A supervisor is eventually called, who affirms the legality of recording in public and allows the journalist to leave.
Hey, how you doing? I was taking some photographs.
Well, you're not supposed to take any photographs around the power plant. I got to report that.
Why not?
Well, it's against the law. I got to report it to the authorities.
What law is it against?
Huh?
What law is it against? What law?
You don't know what's going on with, you know, everybody shooting. That's why they built that wall. People shooting inside there.
I didn't hear anything about that.
You cannot take any pictures. They're reported from the control tower. I thought you were taking a picture of that trailer.
Yeah, I'll take a picture of them coming in, but I'm just out here standing on a public sidewalk.
What are you taking pictures for?
Just because I'm fascinated with power plants, that's all.
Well, let's come on with me. Come on with me.
No, I don't want to go on the property.
Something from the power plant.
I don't want to go on the property.
We got pictures.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of what?
I'm going to give you a brochure that shows everything for the power plant.
Oh, okay. But I don't want to come on the property. I'll just stay out here on the public sidewalk.
Why is that?
Because I don't want to be trespassing on the property.
No, you're not. I'm taking you. Okay. I can do this. I just want to show. I want to help you.
All right. No, I'm good, man. I'll just get my own photographs. They're high definition.
No, you're not supposed to take any pictures. Don't take any more pictures. Otherwise, I'm going to have the police out here.
Okay, well.
Okay.
You can do what you want to. It's not illegal.
Is that right? Okay. You got it.
All right.
Stay right there. That's right with you.
Hi there, my name is Carl. Carl, hi Carl. Were you the guy that called it in?
I called the control room. I confronted the guy right
Where was
across
he?
the street. He was right across the street, standing right there on the sidewalk.
Okay.
The street.
Okay.
So I approached him and I asked him, look, was not allowed to take pictures on floated property, especially the power plant. And he said, no, it's not against the law. Which law is it? I said, look, buddy, I'm not going to argue with you. I'm just going to call the sheriff's department and they can sort it out.
Okay, so he was across the street. You told him to leave.
Right across the street in the corner. I told him he's not allowed to take pictures of the FPL plant. He could say and walk across. I cannot stop him from walking across the street, or you know, I cannot stop him, but he cannot take any pictures.
Right.
Okay. So that was the main thing.
Yeah.
And he was really being smart. Excuse my French. Smart ass. Okay.
That's fine. That's fine.
All right.
Just taking photographs.
Photographs?
Yeah.
We'll take photographs of.
Whatever I can see for public. I'm just gathering information about just investigative journalist gathering content for a story. That's all.
Okay.
Here's my hands. Got nothing in my hands. All right.
Why are we taking pictures of the plant?
Why not?
Why not?
Yeah.
Raise a little bit of suspicion.
It's not illegal though, right?
It's not illegal. However, it is suspicious in nature. With it being as, you know, what it is. So, you have a vehicle with you?
I'm not answering any questions. Like I said, I explained to him I'm a journalist gathering content for a story.
You have an ID with you?
And so he's already confirmed I'm not breaking any laws. So.
Well, we're still talking to you. We need to identify who we're talking to.
I can't hear you. I'm sorry.
We're trying to identify who we're talking to, just because there was a suspicious. It was called out that there was a suspicious person walking around taking photographs. The way things are right now, we at least need to identify who we're speaking to, so we can make a notation that you were in the area, who you were, and what you were doing. If you're taking photos, that's fine. But we still need to find out who we're talking to.
Who I am is investigative journalist gathering content for a story.
Okay, I need your name.
and I'm taking photographs.
So that's perfect.
Unless I'm being detained. Am I being detained?
It's an investigation, so right now you are being detained.
I am being detained?
You are being detained until we can figure out who your name is. I'm giving you a chance to give me your name. We're conducting an investigation as to what you're doing. Therefore, I'm asking you for your name.
What reasonable articulable suspicion do you have that a crime is afoot?
You're in an area taking photographs of a power plant.
Is taking photographs of a power plant a misdemeanor or a felony?
What is that? Sorry?
Is it a misdemeanor or a felony to take pictures?
Right now you're failing to identify who you are while being investigated by a law enforcement officer. That's the crime that you're committing at this point.
What would that be?
Failing to provide identification to a law enforcement officer when you have been asked to do so.
Is that a crime?
It is a crime.
You have to provide law enforcement with an identification or your name so that when it's been asked upon you do not do so.
But you've already confirmed that I'm not doing anything illegal. I'm not violating any laws.
Failing to identify yourself at this point.
There's no duty. I'm not refusing. Don't get me wrong. But there's no duty to identify if I'm not suspected of a crime.
Okay.
Is that right?
We're telling you right now, we are completing an investigation as to what you're doing and what you're photographing.
I've already told you that I'm an investigative journalist gathering content for story.
Along with that, we need to identify, we're asking you that we need to identify who you are so we can make a notation that you were in the area and you're going to be in the area taking photographs. Okay, failing to provide law enforcement officer with a form of identification after you have been asked to do so is a crime.
Okay, so I'm not refusing. What will happen if I don't give you guys identification? Because I don't think it's any of your business who I am. You've already confirmed that I'm not committing a crime. What I'm doing is perfectly lawful. I'm standing on a public sidewalk. Not only is it, just let me finish. Not only is it perfectly lawful, it's constitutionally protected activity.
Okay.
Did you guys take an oath to uphold and defend the Constitution?
Okay. I'm not asking you whether or not you are going to be taking photographs on the side of the road. That's not what we've already clarified that.
Right.
However, what we're discussing now is the fact that you're failing to provide law enforcement with an actual identification or your name so that you can make a notation that we may contact you.
This is a First Amendment protected right. You guys are detaining me unlawfully. And now you're forcing me to give up my identification, which is unlawful. I'm going to give you guys a chance not to do that. I'm not refusing to do it, but I'm going to give you guys a chance not to unlawfully detain me.
We need to know who we're speaking to.
Are you going to give us your identification or not?
Am I going to be arrested or not if I don't give it to you?
It depends. Why are you refusing to give it?
Because it's none of your business who I am. It's my personal information.
Well, it's the loitering and prowling is what we were looking at because you're in an area at a time that's not common for normal people to be in photographing.
Like I expressed to Deputy Richardson, I do not consent to being detained. I would like to be free to go as soon as possible.
As soon as we can find out who you are and we can possibly identify who you are, you'll be more than welcome to go.
Alright, sir, I'm going to advise you of constitutional rights, okay? You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in court. You have the right to talk to a lawyer for advice before we ask you any questions and to have him listen during any question. If you cannot afford a lawyer, one will be appointed to you. Before any question, if you wish, if you decide to answer questions without a lawyer present, you'll still have the right to stop answering at any time. You'll also have the right to stop answering at any time until you talk to a lawyer. Do you understand these are those rights advised?
Do you have a supervisor?
I do. You want me to come over? Because I'll be more than glad.
Please call your supervisor and we'll take it, sir.
Sergeant Ford.
Nice to meet you.
What's your name, sir?
My name is Jeff. I'm an investigative journalist. I'm just taking photographs. They've already advised me that that is not illegal.
No, it's not. And no, Jeff, I don't think you're a terrorist. I'm fine, but if that's all you're doing is taking pictures.
Okay. Am I free to go?
Outside, Jeff.
I know it is. Am I free to go?
What's that?
Am I free to go?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. What's that?
We didn't know who you
were. Well, you don't want to give us your last name or anything like that, Jeff?
I'd rather not if I'm not doing anything illegal.
You wouldn't even give us his first name.
Well, you said it's Jeff. I mean, if it's Jeff, Jeffrey, I don't know.
Okay.
But no, you're not doing anything illegal.
Okay. So I'm free to go?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just going to head this way if I could just...
Oh, go ahead, Jeff.
Okay. Thank you, guys. Have a good day.
Jeff, did you know that were you recording our conversation between the two of us?
I am, yes, sir. Okay,
well, you didn't tell me you were recording that conversation, did you?
No, sir.
Okay, that's illegal under the Florida statutes. You realize that?
Actually, it is not.
Yeah, it's under the Security Communications Act is what it is.
Not when it comes to public officials.
No, I think you're wrong, buddy. Okay, but you need to tell me you're recording me. If I'm talking to you, say, hey, I'm recording this conversation, and I'll be fine with that because you've told me you're recording me, okay?
Okay, am I free to go?
Yeah, you're free to go.
Thank you.
This encounter raises serious concerns about misuse of detainment and misunderstanding of constitutional rights. Filming in public is not a crime, and withholding ID is not illegal without reasonable suspicion. The video serves as a reminder of the importance of knowing and asserting your rights peacefully, especially when faced with unlawful orders. You just watch people stand up for themselves using knowledge, not weapons. This is how change begins. If you support peaceful resistance and want more content like this, subscribe and be part of the movement.